Looking for ways to grow your Clubhouse and build up a personal brand? Then tune in, because just like this drink, which is called Balmel, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to leverage Clubhouse, which is real conversations, real relationships, and really authentic ways to grow your personal brand on Clubhouse. So tune in to learn more. So I'm going to do a mini series on Clubhouse on YouTube so you can know how to leverage Clubhouse. So the last couple of weeks, I've been there for say 3 weeks, and I've been able to grow it to 2.4 thousand followers. One thing to note is there is an advantage of being an early adopter. You have access to high-level conversations, high-level people, and high-level opportunity for growth with growing your audience and building up your personal brand. So this video is really good for you, for those who want to build up their personal brand. Are you ready? And unfortunately, you need to have 2 things: an invite and iPhone to leverage and access Clubhouse. So you probably noticed something about Clubhouse this week, that many people either have access to it or don't have access to it. But what's really important is that if you do have access to Clubhouse, welcome, because this video is for you. And for people who are watching and don't have access, don't worry, this is going to be a great video for you to give you insights on how to leverage Clubhouse as well. So if you're an entrepreneur, a coach, an expert, a business owner, you should really be on Clubhouse, just because of the access to high minds, high conversations, high level access to real-time conversation with Elon Musk. Because did you see Elon Musk grill the CEO of Robinhood? Whoa, that was on fire. So that's the thing about Clubhouse. It's real conversations, real relationships, and really authentic ways to brand yourself. So in this video, we're going to be talking about that and more. Before we go on a deep dive on Clubhouse, let me introduce myself. My name is String. I'm a 4 times LinkedIn top voice and the founder of The Trusted Voice. So I'm here to help you guide you on how to use Clubhouse and build up your personal brand. Real conversations on Clubhouse is all about dropping gems. And there's a few ways of growing on Clubhouse, whether it be being on stage, dropping gems and knowledge bombs, or being a moderator that controls the conversations inside that room. And the thing about Clubhouse is that you can have really authentic conversations. If you're looking for answers in marketing, you could find that in the marketing rooms. If you're looking for ways to leverage LinkedIn, join the LinkedIn mastery rooms that happens at 8 o'clock in the morning Australian time. But if you go into the smaller rooms, you will meet awesome minds who you can connect on a really deep level as well. So you could have really high level conversations on Clubhouse inside the rooms. The way to describe Clubhouse is that there's a hallway, which is your timeline feed, a room, which is where people hang out, and inside a room there is a stage, or like a VIP audience, and then there's an audience as well below. So there's like 3 levels that to consider as well. But if you want to grow in visibility and have real conversations, you need to be on the stage by either being a moderator with the green bean, or being a speaker that adds to the conversation, or the third way is to ask questions and contribute to the conversation as well. But the way to grow an audience is to be a moderator. So have real conversations, connect with real people. And the great thing about being on Clubhouse is that you have access to high level people like Gary Vee or Lewis Howes, or big YouTubers like Sean Cannell, who owns Think Media. So that's the thing about being in Clubhouse. As an early adopter, you have access to these high level conversations with high level people. 2, let's talk about real relationships. And I mean real connections. So when you build connections inside Clubhouse, you could build really authentic relationships. You have access to amazing minds and amazing conversations, meaning that people there are looking for ways to connect. Because of COVID, we need to find alternative ways to have conferences, because travel is non-existent. Conferences is non-existent, and it's all done by virtual. But the connections that we make from being on Zoom to Zoom is not there. But for some reason, Clubhouse has created an environment where real connections, real conversations are happening inside Clubhouse. And because of that, people are making waves, are making intentional thoughts and intentional ways to connect with people who want to build up real relationships. The type of people that are hanging out on Clubhouse are entrepreneurs, coaches, really thoughtful people, mindful people, EQ people, all types of people that are really dropping gems inside that platform. And if you're an expert, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, if you're like a person who likes real conversations and real connections, then you need to be on Clubhouse. The great thing about being on Clubhouse is that I get to see old friends, make new friends, and get to hang out with really awesome people as well. So I highly recommend that you get an iPhone, an iOS, access to something for you to leverage this platform right now. Mental note, apparently an Android version is coming out in May, so watch out for that. Number 3, build a really authentic personal brand on Clubhouse. Make sure that your bio is on point and it showcases who you are, what you're interested in, and what your value is. If you're super interested in knowing how to leverage and create a authentic personal brand, follow this video, this link up there, and I'll go on a deep dive on how to build up a really awesome Clubhouse bio. What do I mean by really authentic personal branding? What I realize is that not only your voice is showing your authentic self, that your voice, just like video, is showcasing you and who you are as a person. Can you hear my conviction and my commitment to sharing knowledge online on this video? That's what you need to do on Clubhouse. It's to show your true self, what's happening here, and convey it through your voice. So one of the things I notice is that people are so uncluttered with the way they communicate and ask questions that it's actually hurting their brand a little bit. One of the reasons I grew rapidly on Clubhouse is because I was very intentional. I intentionally went out there and said, if I want to make the most of Clubhouse, I'm going to show up and be my authentic self, show value, and be a super mod. That's the key for growth there, being a super mod. Being a super mod on Clubhouse means you have to have flow of conversations, control of the room, and set the tone, and make sure that people don't go off topic as well. Following people who are super mods on Clubhouse will generally means that you will enter rooms that are super cool and super awesome and of high value as well. Personally, if you became a super mod on Clubhouse, you're a community builder on Clubhouse, and you become a community leader as well. So reeling back in, because I'm getting super excited, I do know that one of the videos that I'm going to create is about being a super mod on Clubhouse. But the super important thing that I want you to know is that you need to build up an authentic personal brand. Low ego and be of high EQ. So remember, like Clubhouse rewards you to be of EQ, of value, because you have to learn how to read the room, add value, show yourself, and be committed to being authentic as well. I have a formula for being super authentic, the 7 V's, which is vision. What is your vision? What is your values? What is your vokes? Who are the vokes that you want to attract? Which is your folks, right? Your visuals. So your profile and your bio is your visuals. Your voice, which is this, but also the key messages and what you want to reinforce in terms of messaging, in terms of the way you convey information, and your gems. Your validation, what is your intention that you want to gain from Clubhouse? Is it to grow an audience, to grow a community? Is it to find leads, to find clients? Is it to build up real relationships and partnerships? All these things are possible if you become super intentional on Clubhouse. And finally, victory. How do you monetize all this? Truthfully, I feel like it's in the early days of Clubhouse, but I'm going to set up a video to talk about how to monetize on Clubhouse as well. So there you have it. Build an authentic brand and showcase your authentic self on Clubhouse. 3 colors, 3 ways to build up your personal brand on Clubhouse. 3 things that you need to know, which is real conversations, real relationships, really authentic way to build up your personal brand. And the most important thing is just to have fun. Who knows how long this bubble will last for? Because seriously, there are really high level conversations, really high level people with really high level network in there. The bubble of this FOMO might pop, but I do feel like you need to be on that platform. If you're an iPhone user, huzzah, you're so lucky to be on there. I'm grateful that you're there. But if you're an Android user, that's okay. It's going to be out soon enough. But if I were you, you need to be inside this bubble, inside this network to make most of these conversations online. And if you're interested in building up personal branding or learning more about Clubhouse, follow this channel because there's going to be more of these videos out there. So welcome to the future. My name is String, and let's go string speed.